Hello and welcome to another Star Citizen tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and cover how to land on the dark side of a moon. I'm entering the atmosphere right now of one of the moons in Crusader, and what I'm going to be looking at is my altitude. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I've seen some players or some people online asking, how to land, because a lot of times you try to land to a certain location or so. I'm not seeing any locations. I'm just going to land straight on the ground using the altitude. But it's easy to crash into the ground if you can't see certain obstacles, such as a hill, or some locations happen to be inside of a little crater or so, and you're coming at it from the side at a lower altitude, and it's actually lower than you, and so you end up hitting the edge or so of a crater. So what I'm going to do is I'm headed straight down towards the surface. I'm going to go ahead and boost here. I'm just going to keep an eye on the altitude. As you see, I really can't see anything here. I have nothing really in front of me, so I'm just going to keep an eye on the altitude and then slow down when I get near. You can also use my brakes once I get near enough. And I'll go ahead and turn on the lights in just a moment to show how close you can get to the ground just using your altitude readout. It's easier if you come down towards the moon that I'm actually going towards right now at a 90-degree angle, as close as you can when you're going into the atmosphere, so that you can approach the ground in this direction without hitting so many obstacles as you would if you were going at a lower altitude and a low angle towards your destination. So I'm using my forward strafe controls right now. This way it stops automatically when I want it to. Alright, you can see how close we are now. There, it looks like we're right in front of it. So you can see my altitude just dipped down a little bit because this is in a low area, but let's go ahead and turn on the lights. And you can see how close we are. So I'm going to use my reverse strafe right now, just to kind of come up a little bit. And then, look at that, we were really close to the ground here. And if I wanted to land in this area, I could just do a quick survey of an area. Try not to crash anything. And then put the landing gear down and then just land here. Just to double check there aren't any rocks or so that it's going to be in the way. I'd recommend putting a hotkey to turn the power off. I couldn't find a hotkey to turn the engines off, just the engines. That used to be F6, they changed it. But now you can see, you could easily just land on the surface. All you have to do is just keep an eye on your altitude and don't try to approach the ground at a really high speed. It's not necessary trying to brake at the last moment. Also, again, try to approach the surface at a 90-degree angle coming straight down. If it's a moon, I'm not sure how the atmospheric flight is going to work for planets later on, but if it's in a dark area, try coming down like I said, at a 90-degree angle. That way you have a better idea of where the ground is using your altitude readout instead of coming at a lower angle, which would increase the likelihood of you hitting a hill, a large rock, or some type of other obstruction. All right, so I hope you liked the tutorial, and we'll see you around the verse.